You guys, it is thundering and lightning outside. It is starting to rain, and I feel like that signifies how I feel about today. Today, we are checking on my dahlia tubers and we are going to wake them up. I'm so curious to see how they look. They looked really good the last time I checked on them. They had pre-sprouted, which wasn't ideal, but it wasn't the end of the world. I just chopped off all the sprouts, put them back into their conditions, and tried to lower the temperature as much as I could, which was trying to run that heater just a little bit less in that bathroom. But overall, you can only do so much, so let me show you where the dahlia tubers are and we'll see how they look. My dahlia tubers are stored under the stairs in a closet in my spare bathroom. It has a light switch. I just turned on the light. We normally just store like spare things like toilet paper and stuff, but I also have a crate of dahlia tubers right there and a crate of dahlia tubers from up there that I have to get out, which I hate getting into this tiny space. I hope the camera is doing it justice. It is so tiny in there. It is so tiny in there. Daisy, don't you go in there. Don't you go in there. No. All right, into the hobbit hole I go. Don't. Why do you keep coming in here? You keep trying to come into the thing. Get out. Go. Go. That one wasn't that bad, but the second one is like up in there. I can't believe I got both of those. Yes. First impressions, I'm not mad at this. I'm seeing quite a few sprouts yet again, which is fine. It just means that they were alive still, and that when I chop those and put them into the soil, they should probably sprout fairly quickly. Honestly, this one you can even see that it will form leaves. All I have to do is just give it some light and it's just gonna green right up. And as far as the tubers go, they feel and look absolutely amazing. Like, I don't think that you could ask for a healthier looking tuber. I mean, I had them in Ziploc bags. There is some damp peat moss in there. It's still damp. I only dampened it once the entire time, just the first time when they initially went in here. I opened the bags about a month and a half after storing them, and then I left the bags open, and literally this is the result. We'll go through these bags individually because I just want to show you guys, just for reference, how this method of storing dahlia tubers did, how the dahlia tubers look, and what you can expect. Because I truly think something about putting them in Ziploc bags, it simulates them almost being in the earth somewhere where they could be hardy. It's not too wet, it's not too cold, it's just right. If they sprout a couple of times, that's totally fine, to be 100% honest. I hope that this shows you, even if you don't have the most ideal conditions for storing your dahlias over the winter, it's definitely worth it, because I think almost all of these are going to be alive, and I cannot wait to show you all of these dahlias that I grew last year, and I'm just placing them in the ground again, and this was all free, and I'm gonna divide a lot of these still, so we're gonna have more dahlias than I know what to do with, and we need to start some dahlia seeds as well. My new like late in life garden luxury is that anytime I'm working with soil now, you're probably gonna see me wearing disposable gloves. I had some disposable gloves when I used to tie-dye things, and I picked them out randomly when I was doing some potting. Such a game changer. Oh my gosh. I feel like my soil will sometimes like destroy my nail beds because I like to use perlite, and perlite is very abrasive. It's just the tiny things. Let's go ahead and check out some of these tubers. I don't know what this one looks like at all because I can't see it. Okay, let's shake off everything. This is what we're working with. This is what my tuber looks like. This was a bag that I think was accidentally completely closed. It's pretty moist, but those tubers are rock hard. Like, none of these are smushy. I don't think I'm gonna divide this clump because it's so tiny. That's probably why I didn't divide it to begin with. So that's the only one from this little section. I'm just gonna pot this up into a little pot. Probably gonna use this soil to pot it up with, and I'll just put it I think I'm going to place everything in front of my grow cabinets. That's what I did last year. The grow light was strong enough from the grow cabinets to kind of simulate sunlight enough to wake them up for me to see what was alive or not. I'm not really trying to grow these on to get like a super head start or anything like that. I just want to know what's alive so that I know that I'm planting something out that's alive. Dahlia tubers can be huge. Oh, wow, look at that big thing. And so you have to dig decent sized holes to plant them. And I don't want to waste my time planting something that's already dead. So this is just kind of a way for me to kind of save some time and ensure that anywhere that I plant a dahlia, I will have a dahlia. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not even going to worry about finding a pot for this one. Since this is just one tuber, I'm going to place the tuber back into the bag, kind of bury that tuber just a little bit, add that soil back, and I'm just going to leave it just like that because this bag already has a name written on it. I can just place this just like this right in front of the thing. If it sprouts, then it's alive. If it's not getting planted out. These tubers look exactly the same. Nice and hard, nice and firm. I really think that this method may have done really well for me. Like really, really well. And you know, I feel like this is something that like people struggle with a lot on YouTube. Like I see a lot of people try to store dahlia tubers, like expert gardeners, and it's not the easiest thing to do. So I really am kind of proud that these are looking so good so far. And I genuinely, I mean, like I'm just glancing over them from what I can see in the bags. And I'm like, I truly think that most of these are alive and kicking. This one has already sprouted. This is a double brush stroke. You can see just a little sprout right there. That's amazing. See, and like that's like the perfect amount of just like awakeness. These are a little bit dried looking. The tubers are a little bit dried looking, but because I see those sprouts, I know that this is alive. I'm so happy. Even ones that I think were like on glance, I would think that these are dead. This one's alive for sure. Like, I can't believe that. Oh, and the other one is too. Oh, wow. Yeah, these are alive and already growing. This one's growing too. Okay, so all of these double brush strokes are already growing. What do I want to do with that? Do I want to put those in a pile? Because I don't really need to wake these up, you know? They're already awake. They're alive. Actually, I'm going to put these in a pile. And then in the end, we're going to take care of all of them. I'll probably mist them, make sure that they have some moisture, maybe cut just a couple of holes in the bag or leave the bag just like partially open, but close it and leave these just somewhere. I already know that they're alive, so I'm willing to plant them out as is. This is just for me to see, are you alive? Will you make it at time? And I know this one will. I'm gonna put that pile on the floor beside me. Oh my gosh, this tuber, this was the one. This one was like comedically big. Like when I say some tubers, like trying to store this one was insane. That's rotten, but the tuber's not. It's just like the top part of it was. This one has sprouted. I'll say this soil is nasty. I feel like I see like tiny little things crawling around in it. But it's got a sprout right there, if you can see. So this is alive. I feel like this is a throwaway. I need a garbage bag too. Yeah, so this one's alive. I've got one alive from it for sure. And that's gonna be throwaway. I'm just gonna leave my mess up there. Okay, now for the crate number 1. Thomas Edison dinner plate. Okay, this one was like the pretty expensive one that I purchased last year, and I see a sprout, but I think that was one that I chopped earlier in the season. Now I'm like looking for bugs like so intently because I swear I saw bugs on the other one. I don't see anything in here. I'm not seeing anything sprouted yet either. This one feels a little squishy, I'm not gonna lie. It's still firm, but I can tell that it's got like more water than it probably should have. See, like you can see, like it's firm. I squeeze it, I can't break it or anything, but I don't feel good about that one. I'm gonna throw that one away too. We'll leave this one to pre-sprout. If not, I took a cutting of this one and my cutting is actually alive. This one, Single Sunrise. I think this was one that I named. Like some of these were ones that I grew from mixes and then I named them. That looks like a little bit of a rottenness, but the tuber is absolutely amazing. Super solid. The whole clump is solid. And I do see these sprouts that I will just rip off. Place that in my throwaway pile. Yeah, I think that's the only one in here. Yeah, we'll place this back in here. I'm loving this bag method too, because then you can literally just sprout them from the bag. Like it's already in soil. You just have to water it and wake it up. I might be onto something here, you guys. Evans Floodlight. Okay, see this is, oh no, that looks awful. That's completely rotten. You guys can see. See, like that's rotten. But in the same bag, this feels absolutely amazing. Amazing and amazing. So those feel good. Oh, there's another one in here that feels great. Those are awful. This needs to be thrown away. That's awful. Throw away. Okay, see, this is our first bag of complete throwaway, basically. It's not all throwaway. There's one clump in here that looked good. That we'll see if it'll sprout, but everything else was rotten in that bag. I'm gonna try to keep count of how many I lose. So that one was 2 dahlia tubers, I would say, because it was like 2 clumps. One variety though. Single white. This looks great. Super solid. Like very firm. And it's got like growth on it, and that growth actually has growth coming in from it. So I'm like 100% confident that's alive. Same with those. Everything in this bag, yeah. Everything in this bag feels great. So those are all good. So I will put those in the already sprouted. Know that those are great. Oh! Not me falling. Ow, in the chair. Whew. Next up, Evelyn. Come on, Evelyn. I really liked you. Tuber looks great. Nice and hard. Same with this one. And this one's already got a sprout, which is a great thing to see. Perfect. These feel good. I'm not seeing any growth yet, but we'll see. That feels awful. I think this is just part of a stem. Maybe it's not because it's got like things growing off of it, but that's rotten. It was really tiny. It probably shouldn't have been saved. I was probably being greedy because I really like this variety. It's super pretty. These all look good. A little wet in there, not gonna lie, but tubers look and feel great. All those look good. That looks good. That looks, nope, rotten. I'd say one clump in here rotted, but like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tubers didn't. So that's good. These I'm gonna actually pot up into a 10-20 tray because there's so many of them. Yeah, I feel like that's what's the best thing to do in this situation. And this is literally all the soil that they're getting. There's like no room on this desk. And then these tubers are just going to get kind of sunk in with their growth point facing up, if there is one. Like that one's already got one, and I don't know, so we're just gonna leave it kind of facing up. Leave the necks up because you don't know where it's gonna sprout from. If you don't know where it's gonna sprout from, that neck is broken and rotted, so I'm just gonna throw that one away. This one seems fine. And that one seems fine. Next up is Big Red. I know that this one is alive because I see plenty of growth points on this dahlia. There's some right there. And there's some on this side as well. So this goes straight into the, you good girl. You going straight. You pass and go. You getting the $200. You know what I mean? Kevin's Floodlight. Actively see sprouting on this as well. Oh, I just kind of knocked the growth point off, but there's tons of sprout. Oh, that one doesn't look good. You know, there are little bugs in that one. One. And two, I'm 99% sure that's like leafy gall I see right there. Oh, that's leafy gall I see right there. So this whole thing is just gonna get disposed of. Trash. Trash, trash, trash. I'm so glad I'm wearing gloves because if not, I would be freaking out over the bugs. Oh my God. This tuber's nice and firm. It's growing roots. I don't see growth point on it or anything. Same with the other one. It's super wet in this bag. I'm just going to rip it open and see if they sprout. We'll see. Creme de Cassis. I really liked this dahlia. It kind of got covered up by everything else because I didn't realize that it was kind of a shorter variety. Let's see here. I see active root growth and I see a rotten tuber. That's one rotten tuber. Oh, that's two rotten tubers, but tubers look really good and firm. I had growth earlier in the season. And I do see new growth coming from that. So I think that this is good. You look at the top where it's broken, there's a little growth point right there. Yeah, so this is good. And I see active new growth on it. And then I just broke that. I don't know why I just broke that growth point off. Either way, that one's alive. It's gonna grow. These tubers all feel fine. I'm not seeing any growth on them, but they look fine. So this I'll just put, actually I'm gonna put this in the you're good to go. I wish I wouldn't have ripped the bag open so much, but that's fine. Tubers feel amazing. I don't see any active growth, but I know I had some. So this I'm just going to put in the pile to pre-sprout. I can't believe we're almost done with tray number one. This is a Big Red dahlia. I mean, the tubers feel amazing. I'm not seeing any active growth on it, unfortunately. The other ones we did, oh, there's a very big one in there too. Oh my gosh. These we're gonna pre-sprout in a tray. They're just so big and there's so many in there that I wanna make sure that they all get an opportunity to grow. And this also was a really pretty dahlia. It was actually a mistake. I wasn't supposed to have any red dahlias, but they ended up accidentally giving me this like huge dinner plate red dahlia. It's the largest bloom in my garden, I think, other than maybe Cafe Au. That one was probably the absolute biggest in my garden, but this one was definitely right up there with it. Huge dinner plate size blooms, true red. It was absolutely beautiful. So I saved all the tubers of it because it was actually a quite nice happy accident. Next up, Seattle. These tubers feel great, and I do see active growth right in there. Hopefully you can see the active growth going on. There's also plenty of growth coming out of these bags. These are super vigorous, and all of the tubers feel really, really nice and healthy. They look great, like literally. So this is the good to go bag. You know, we're about 50-50 here so far. 50% of them are good to go, and 50% of them are pre-sprout. And there's just a tiny little, probably 20% section, maybe less than that even. Like I'm being hard on myself, maybe 10% there's a 10% section that's getting thrown away. That's really, really good for dahlia storage. Magenta Double Extreme. Tubers look amazing, feel great. Nice, healthy, firm. I see active root growth, new root growth, but I don't see any shoots yet. It's only this one little clump in here, so we're just gonna let it pre-sprout, hopefully in the bag. And the last one is another Kevin's Floodlight. Let's hope this one is not full of bugs. Actually, I can see the bugs in there. Why are the Kevin's Floodlight filled with bugs? Oh my God, not only is it like tiny bugs, there's also a full roly-poly in there. That's disgusting. It has gall. Okay, so let me show you guys. I gotta show you this up close. Do you see how it looks like there's like a million sprouts in there? That is gall. And do you see those little bugs moving around? You can see little white bugs moving around, maybe. Maybe. I can see them. They're gross. Yeah, that's another throwaway. Maybe the Kevin Floodlights just were not healthy. It's weird that they have gall and they have bugs. Like, it's like both. Same variety too. Something's going on there. We're just gonna dispose of those. All right. Final crate. They look so good. This is like what you want to see genuinely from your dog. Like, look at this. Look at how good those are. That clump looks amazing. I don't see any sprouting though, or any growth yet, but she hasn't had light either, so we'll pre-sprout her in this bag. Pretty sure it just flung dirt in my mouth. Yeah, I see active root, I see active growth from, not here, but right in there, if you can see. So this is good to go. Swept away. This one has active growth. Like, this is like brand new shoots. So this is good to go. It also has beautiful roots growing in there too. This one has a new shoot coming up in there. And this one was yellow red brushback. I definitely named that one based off of how it looked. This one was swan. It was just a really interesting one. It has tons of new growth coming from it. These are the ones that were in the top shelf of that cellar. I guess it stayed a little bit cooler up there, which doesn't really make sense. But I mean, I guess it is the furthest back in the cellar, so it's probably cooler there than where the other one was stored. Because these are all looking really good. Like, they're sprouted, but they're not like crazily sprouted. Well, some of them are, but I see active sprouts on this one and tons of, y'all look at those roots. Like, this one's obviously alive and it's wanting to go out. This is Zingaro, yay! This was one of my favorite ones from last year. It was so pretty. I wish the blooms on it were bigger. It was like a tinier bloom, but the color was literally my favorite. This is rotten. First one rotten out of this box. It was yellow red streak back. Revolving red. Brushes of red on yellow dahlia with eyelashes. I see active root growth. Do I see any shoots coming in though? No. So this one's gonna go in the pre-sprout pile. Yellow single, red brush back. Some of these sound the same. That's a really big tuber. Feels great. I don't see any growth, but, oh, I do see root growth though. Active root growth. Those are new white roots. I have a feeling a lot of these that I'm just putting over here, literally all they're waiting for is the light and they're gonna wake up, because a lot of these already have roots, or like they look like they're actively starting to grow. So I'm feeling like really, really good about this. Like, there's only a couple more bags left to go, and I literally think there was only 2 varieties that I lost, maybe 3. This one is obviously alive. This one was called Giant Surprise, large red dinner plate, sometimes white tapered. It's obviously alive. It has new growth on it that actually has leaves coming in. So it goes in the, you good to go, girl. Okay, cafe au lait. Oh no, that's definitely, half of this is rotten. Like this whole half is rotten right here. But half of this is not, and I see active root growth coming from it. I also think I see active growth coming from right there. I think this is fine. This one's Orion. Tubers feel great, and there is new active shoots coming in, so this one is fine. Last, Petite Florette number 3, Anemone type. This one was my favorite one from the Petite Florette mix of seed that I grew, and it does have active growth and a centipede on it. Ew. There's also like maybe little tiny bugs on it, so we're just gonna zip that bag up. And I'll plant it out because the tubers look great, and it does look like there may be some active growth on there, so that one is fine. So I would say I'll actually give you a count. There are 12 of them that need to be pre-sprouted. 20 of them are good to go, and I lost, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4 bags of dahlias. I'm really impressed with that. I'm really, really impressed with that. And I seriously think out of the 12 that are pre-sprouting, half of them already are showing me that they're alive. Like I'm just kind of pre-sprouting them for my own judgment. But I think that they're good to go. So I'm really, really happy with how dahlia storage happened this year. I mean, it wasn't ideal that they kept sprouting, but I think the plants are gonna be alive, and I think that my plants are gonna be just as vigorous as anybody else's. So I don't really think it matters. I'm gonna throw all this stuff away, and then we're gonna start a tray of dahlia seeds really fast. Do I need to start more dahlias from seed? Absolutely not. I have all these dahlia tubers, but I saved all this seed from my dahlia field, and my dahlia field was stunning. So I'm genuinely curious to see what the seedlings look like. So I wanna plant up a full 10-20 tray of these seedlings. I don't know where we're gonna plant them. I don't know. They're gonna go everywhere. They're probably gonna be in the back alley. I don't know. Next to the dumpsters and stuff, you know. Everyone's got one of those areas. You only sow dahlia seeds about 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch deep. So I'm just gonna do a little divot with my finger through all of these cells. With dahlia seeds, you don't know what you're gonna get. Dahlias have a ton of chromosomes, which means that their genetic variability is really, really high, meaning that you'll get a ton of different types of dahlias when you save your dahlia seeds. You'll get things that are different from anything that was in your patch, and sometimes you'll get things that are totally new, like things that no one has ever seen before. So by sowing a full 10-20 tray full of these dahlia seeds, that's 72 possibilities of something special coming out of this. So dahlia seeds are really exciting. And I love that you just don't really know what you're gonna get from them. As you guys can see, this is what the seeds look like. Mine feels super dry and nice still. I mean, these were just saved last season, so I bet we'll have really high germination rates. So I'm only gonna put 1 per cell. Plus I don't really need an additional 72 dahlia plants. I'll gift them to my neighbors if they're interested in them. One of my neighbors is really into gardening. Now that I have so much in my landscape, he's been telling me that he really wants to pick my brain. So maybe I'll give him a dozen dahlias for my little seed batch. And it'll be exciting for him because who knows what'll come of it. And it'll be exciting for me. I want to go over and see it. I really need to give this to people that I can actually see their landscapes, because I genuinely want to see what comes from these seeds. And I can't grow them all myself, you know. There's only so much space. And dahlias are pretty big plants. And I still have so many seeds left. I could literally sell dahlia seeds at this point. It's crazy. I'll water these in and put these under a grow light. I can't wait to report back and show you guys what the germination looks like on these dahlia seeds, because my germination from my Nicotiana that I saved was a little bit too good. Like, I have more than enough Nicotiana. It's kind of neat seed starting. It's like kind of like a seed, like a plant factory. Like, suddenly I feel like I have more than what I know what to do with of so many plants that I coveted for so long. Having a garden truly is kind of like investing in yourself when you have a home or you plan on being somewhere for a while, because literally you grow things and then they produce babies, or you can propagate them very easily. They produce seeds. When you have a nice cut flower garden, you can just keep saving seeds normally from that and not have to purchase seeds again. It's really, really rewarding. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys around for whatever video I come up with for next time. Bye, guys. And after literally just 2 days, I already have 48 seedlings. Oh my goodness, that's amazing germination. Normally dahlia seeds take about 5 to 7 days to germinate, so they're germinating extra fast. And the fact that I already have that many out of the 72 cell count tray, that's great. I cannot wait to see what these all turn into. This makes gardening so much more fun this season because the possibilities are literally endless.